What is up, guys? Welcome back to Wild Rift University. Today we have an excellent video for you. We're going to be talking about how to identify mistakes in a game that you actually played well. Now, this game I actually didn't make a ton of mistakes, but I did make some, and I actually kind of feel like some of the mistakes we made were more so, some of the things that lost us this game were more so team mistakes than actually like individual mistakes. Some of the team just didn't make a lot of the right decisions. So there's two ways really when analyzing a game that you can learn how to identify what you did right and what you did wrong. We're going to be focusing on what we did wrong this game, because one of the best ways to actually improve is to basically go through and identify what you did wrong. A lot of players are always trying to like learn how to get better at the game, and they associate getting better at the game with ranking up. And ranking up doesn't make you better at the game. If you listen to if you watch my videos all the time and you watch my live streams, I talk about all the time how getting a higher rank does not mean that you actually got better at the game. It means absolutely nothing in terms of getting better at the game at all. And a lot of times players will ask me like, what are the best champions that you recommend and everything? What do you recommend best into this or that, so on and so forth. None of those things are actually going to get you better. So example, this game, we're playing against a Kha'Zix. Well, right now, anyone who knows anything, Kha'Zix is an absolutely broken champion right now. Absolutely broken. So like right now, you could play Kha'Zix, abuse Kha'Zix and everything, and win a couple more games than normal because you're playing an absolutely broken champion. However, that doesn't actually make you better at the game. All that's doing is teaching you how to abuse a champion that's currently strong. And as soon as that champion gets nerfed, and it will get nerfed eventually, you'll start losing games again and go right back to the rank that you previously were, okay? So there's two ways when watching film that you can identify how to get better and how to not. So first mistake I made here is I probably should have rotated a little bit sooner to help my mid laner, but I didn't. So that was the first mistake. I should have been paying attention to the map. I should have zoomed over to kind of see where their state of health was and realized that I could have gotten in there to help. But kind of back to the two ways to review film. So one, and the most efficient way and the best way, in my personal opinion, is when the game is fresh in your head, okay, and you remember the actual moments in the game that you're like, that was a pivotal moment in the game. Go back, watch that moment, and ask yourself, what did I do right? What did I do wrong? Or did I make the right decision, or was there nothing I could do, and it just is what it is? Okay? The next thing that you can basically do is you can... if it's a game from the past, like this one, I didn't watch this game right after it happened. It was a little bit later. You'll have to go through and watch the whole game and look for things. So the best way always is right after the game is over, go through, look at the game, and ask yourself, okay, what were those pivotal moments? And then you can kind of fast forward to those moments and only have to watch a couple moments, because you don't have to actually watch all the gameplay in order to improve. So right here, I kind of learned from my mistake. As you can see with that cat, I was paying attention like, okay, should I rotate? Should I not rotate? Here I made a mistake. I was hoping, the reason I rotated here, I was hoping that she would try and dive, and she didn't dive. So that was kind of a misfortune on me. I should have probably just went right back and started farming right here. So that would probably be my next mistake, but I didn't waste too much time overall. So once again, guys, like when the game's over, if you had a game where you played really well, or you played, I think the games you play well are sometimes the hardest for people to see, well, there's nothing I could have done better. Like I've already pointed out one thing I could have done better. Actually, two things I could have done better. I should have stayed farming once I realized that when the Gwen wasn't going to dive, because I think it was pretty obvious. I was just being hopeful, thinking that she'd be greedy. And at this elo, it's probably not going to happen, because this is basically a High Grandmaster Challenger elo, in case you're wondering. All the players in here are High Grandmaster or Challenger. And then right here, this was just a good outplay by me as well. She almost got it by dodge her ability and then was able to kill her. So, and I'm doing really strong right now. We do end up losing this game partially to our own faults, like I said. Now, one thing that I wish I would have done, I like how I'm building super aggressive, but if you watch my streams, you will hear me flame kids who do what I'm doing right now. What am I doing right now, okay? I'm just going to pause it. If you watch my streams, if you watch my game, what am I doing right now? I'm running to the dragon. Why am I running to the dragon? It's versus Kha'Zix. We can't get there in time. It's impossible. The Tristana's 100% right. Just go straight to the Rift Herald. But we don't do that. So now basically what we do is we ran to the dragon, we wasted time, and we could have easily got the Rift Herald. Our Katarina's basically bursted out. We're now in basically a bad situation health-wise to where the the Rift Herald's no longer 100%. We're now going to contest it as a 50-50. All because of bad decision making. All we had to do was run to the Rift Herald. Okay? And yeah, you look as like that's not a big mistake, but it's a time mistake, okay? And the reason why a time mistake in this game, you have to be able to identify the game, is such a big deal, is this game is 100% on a timer. Their whole team scales like crazy, whereas our team does not scale like crazy. So if this game goes late, we lose 100%. There's no way we win unless insane outplays or huge misplays by them. It's the only way we win, because we only have basically 2 champions that keep up with scaling against their team. Here I make another big misplay. I run away for some reason. I have no idea. And then I held onto my flash forever rather than just flashing back in. I get one of my teammates killed, okay? So like, look at this right here, okay? I get a great shutdown on the Kha'Zix, which is awesome. And then I just run away for no reason. And because I run away, the Gwen gets a kill. I hold onto my flash, and now I have to run away. But if I stay, we kill the Gwen. And if I kill the Gwen, you see the Rift Herald up here? I would have been able to rush the top. We probably take an extra tower, and we snowball our lead even more. But because I make that misplay, it costs us probably the kill I got on Kha'Zix, the kill on Gwen, and probably the kill on the Lulu, and that tower, okay? But what would happen in a game like this, I'm 5-0-3, okay? Most kids would be like, man, do I have to do everything? I'm doing everything to try and win this game. Like I said, if you watch my games, you know I get mad, I get tilted and everything with stuff like this as well. But the difference between me and a lot of players is, when I get mad and I get tilted, I still go back and I try and learn what I did wrong. Here, this was a little bit greedy. Also, my kick kind of misplaced. I was trying to kick the Lulu and somehow it didn't. So that was pretty big. What I should have done in this situation, okay? But first, before we analyze this, think about what I was just talking about. We get 2 extra kills, so that's 600 gold plus the tower, which is like that's global gold for the whole team. What's the tower? I think it's 150 gold. So what's that? That's 5, 6, 7, 750 gold basically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 750 gold, because I think it's 150 for the tower. I can't remember. So that's 750 plus 600. So that's basically 1,350 gold missed out on for the team. All because I misplayed it and I jumped away when we were at the Rift Herald. Or when, at the Rift Herald, I jumped out. That small mistake. Now, let's look at this one, okay? And like I said, a game on a timer. So right now, I have no idea where their team is. Yeah, it looks like we can probably kill this Lulu super easy. But I have to think of the state of the game, okay? I'm 5-0. I'm worth a shutdown gold, okay? We have no clue where the enemy is. If I utilize the information on the map, where is their jungler probably? Well, the top blue side is their top red is completely empty. So if I was a jungler, where would I be? I would potentially be on the blue side of the map, okay? It makes perfect sense. You're usually not going to send 2 people to push out a wave top lane So it makes sense that the enemy team is rotating somewhere around mid lane or in the jungle because they don't want Katarina to push out the mid lane and the blue jungle is up. So that's what makes the most sense, but I'm not taking time to utilize. And then what happens? The whole enemy jumps on me. I die. I give a shutdown gold to the Aurelia, which is huge. Luckily, it only went on the Aurelia, but still, I gave away a shutdown gold. Okay? And that's all because I didn't use the information on the map. Okay, you know, I'm frustrated in game that I died, but if I would have taken the time to utilize the information on the map. The next thing that I didn't do is look at this. So I always talk about understanding what you should buy and not buy. So I even look at the game. And what I need to really do right now is I need to basically match Kha'Zix, because right now this is a fight between me and Kha'Zix, okay? First thing I did wrong is I bought boots early because I was trying to rotate around the map a little bit faster, okay? And I was rotating on the map a little bit faster, and that 300 or that 400 gold buy equated to me getting about a 100 gold lead, basically 150 gold lead on the Kha'Zix, okay? Which isn't terrible, but the Kha'Zix doesn't even have his first set of boots yet. But look what I do. I go and I buy boots, okay? So the Kha'Zix doesn't even have his full set of boots yet, so I don't actually need boots. I don't need to complete my boots. What would be better for me to do is stay with my tier 1 boots and continue to increase my damage. But I don't do that. I literally look at it, I see he doesn't have them, and I still make the decision because you know what I'm doing? In my mind, I'm thinking, oh, I have to prepare for a late game, rather than thinking, I'm still in the early stages of the game, I still have to carry. So right here, I learned from my mistake. You can actually see it. It looks like a situation, look at the map, just like last time, a situation where we can win. But I'm remembering from the last situation, oh, here's Lulu, she's baiting, they're all waiting in the dark. And what do I do this time? I hit it and I don't go in, okay? Because I don't know where their full team, and there they were. They're all just sitting there waiting in the dark, just like before, okay? Now, I do feel like as a team, we probably should have done a little bit better job as grouping. Here I'm trying to cut off the Vayne, and unfortunately the Vayne gets away, but is what it is. But I think a lot of players do this. They get. I love how the Lulu's just constantly trying to bait the whole team out, which is really funny to me. And we fall for it a couple times, but we also play. And then right here, the Kha'Zix and the Gwen do a good job of split pushing. And then look what I'm doing once again. I buy the chain vest rather than buying the damage. My mindset has gone from be ahead to, okay, don't die and be defensive. I've already given away my shutdown gold. So why am I being so defensive now? Now I need to be focusing on being strong. Because what I'm doing is I'm setting myself behind strength-wise compared to the Kha'Zix. And I'm the one who has to carry this game at the moment. Until we really hit late game, then I can cat on the Katarina and the Tristana. But early, I really need to focus on carrying the game. But I'm changing my build set to go into a versus I'm going to carry the game and win the game to a I just want to try and survive the game. Now I've spent 900, 600. I've basically spent 1,500 gold, which could have been like basically a BF sword on defense when I really should have just been going offense in this situation. Okay. So just realizing once again, like the way my team's doing a really good job here of defending while me and the Triss go ahead and just take this. Here, play it well. We get a double kick onto the Kha'Zix and everything as well. And here I make another big mistake. So look what I do. Look at this. Okay, watch. We do a good job. We get the kill. Look where my team is right now, okay? Tristana has a good amount of health, okay? She can easily clean this up. But what do? I see it. I get greedy. I want to go in. I get the double kill, but they didn't need me there to get the kill. Tristana could have got the kills all by herself. She didn't need them. And so basically what happens then is like I'm not there to get the Rift Herald, and now I have to trust my teammate to utilize the Rift Herald correctly. And what you will see in the game later on is, unfortunately, my teammate most definitely did not utilize the Rift Herald correctly, like at all. But once again, like I said, just a small misplay. I have 2 deaths, super small misplays, and everything. They don't really look like big. That last one was way more int than the other one. As like I was low health, there was literally no reason for me to jump in, especially against like a Kha'Zix and an Aurelia, because the Kha'Zix he's just a broken champ right now, and the day that Riot nerfs him will just be the greatest thing ever. And then look how the Kha'Zix is, like, he's trying to rotate around the map because he knows, like, they can't really win team fights right now because they're still too far behind. Here I still make a good play and a good kick. So, but 2 deaths, 2 small misplays. Here I was going to back, but then I thought maybe the Kha'Zix would be greedy and overstay. Kha'Zix is not being greedy. He's not overstaying. The Kha'Zix was just really, really good, man. But it's kind of easy to be good when you're playing a busted, broken-ass champion. Here, I do like the fact that, like, I'm going GA, but I also would have probably liked to have seen me build some armor pen. I think that would have actually been a good item to build this game, just to increase my burst damage. Like I said, I kind of went into a defensive mindset rather than a win the game mindset, or how do I need to carry? Because the truth of the matter, they're not really tanky. Their whole team's kind of just like bursty as well. So this game's really going to be won on like which team can burst out the other team the fastest. Okay, here I'm trying to catch up the Vayne again, but this Vayne is just utilizing the bushes really well. So I said I didn't make a ton of mistakes this game, but I'm showing you like how to correct even these small little mistakes that you're making. Here, once again, get super greedy. I go in way too deep. Luckily, I'm able to get out. But what happens because I go in so deep, I get chunked out. The rest of my team gets chunked out because they're trying to save me because I went in so deep. And now we have no team left. And this is basically the first step of our throw. Okay? They know we're super low. They have basically their whole team up, except Vayne. And they have a Kha'Zix, the most stupid broken champion in the game right now. And he does crazy single target damage. So they know they can get to Baron. There's no way really right now we can get to Baron. Realistically, what I think what I should have done is probably push the bot lane. We could have gotten possibly a tower. But look how long it's been since we've gotten a tower. Like, it's been like forever. Since we've gotten a tower. Yep, and this is... I hate playing Lee Sin because Lee Sin just gets outscaled so hard every game. I feel like almost majority of the times I play Lee Sin, I'll have games like this where I'm just hard carrying, but then like there's nothing I can do because like I'm just super strong and my team starts to fall behind. Here, I face check and then I pay for it. I was thinking like, hey, we need to... try and get this river scuttle so that way we can contest the dragon coming up here soon. But of course they're just sitting in the bush waiting for us, which is just super annoying because they have the Baron buff. And now we're just basically in a really peculiar situation. The Gwen is just going to keep split pushing while the dragon's about to spawn, which is super frustrating because there isn't really too much we can do in that situation because we don't really have a champion that can actually contest him. And like I said, this game was basically won. Like all 3 of my deaths are just really dumb deaths. Like I shouldn't have face checked there, especially against like a Kha'Zix by myself. Super dumb. Like I know they have a Kha'Zix. So I know if he catches me alone, he's going to burst me, and there's nothing I can do about it because he's just a dumb champion. Here, you know, unfortunately, I thinking like, okay, they're not in the right position. There they are, just waiting once again, hiding. Kha'Zix jumps in. Our team is able to steal the dragon, which is pretty huge. And then it basically just looks like game over from here. And it basically is game over because like it survives with 40 HP, but their whole team is basically pushing up, and they're just gonna walk in and end the game. So anyways, guys, I hope you learned, like, this is the best way to kind of identify the mistakes that you're making as a player in game, even in games that you are playing really well. Like I said, I played really well that game. I made, like, realistically, I made 4 mistakes, you know. My 4 deaths were 4 mistakes, and then also I think there's a couple rotation mistakes that I should have made, but that equivalated to the difference between, like, us winning and us losing for the most part. Like, we completely shut their whole team down, but the broken, stupid champion that Riot nerfed, you know, just does too much damage to everybody as well. And this kid is a really good Kha'Zix as well, too. So, I mean, but I'll be happy the day that his champion gets nerfed and he can't do stuff like this so easily. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned about how to analyze your videos, because realistically, guys, this is how you improve. Like I said, you can blame your team. You can say, like, I get bad teams, so on and so forth. It's not my fault that I lost. I played great. Well, I think a lot of you, if you don't have the mindset that I have, you would probably look at this game and say, my team's bad. It's not my fault. I did everything right. My team sucks. If they just would have played better, we would have won, so on and so forth. However, if you don't take the time to learn how to fix your mistakes, you're never actually going to get better. And once again, like I said before, winning a game does not make you better at the game. Being able to go through a game, understand what you did wrong, what you should do differently. Like, you could even see in that game mistakes that I learned from in the game and actually applied it in game as well. So I hope this helps you guys. Like, subscribe to the channel. I feel like we've been a little bit stagnant with likes, or I mean with subscriptions lately. So if you guys could like, subscribe, if this is the first time you watch this channel, I'd appreciate it. Watch my live stream as well. You can watch me get angry and mad, and you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Like, I get angry, I get mad, just like all of you guys do. But the difference is after my games, I ask myself what I did wrong, what could I do better, and I take possession of my own faults and mistakes. Yeah, in the game, I might be mad, I might get frustrated, I may blame my teammates, but in all that time, I always spend thinking back and going back to how could I have actually improved. If you do that, I guarantee you will get better at the game. Anyways, guys, I look forward to seeing you in the next one.